What up, you smart idiots? It's your big dumb idiot here, and I'm gonna answer a question that a lot of people don't fucking answer in Fallout 4. And I mean, this question is quite influential to the game and the ending of the game. So if you haven't played the ending of the game, fucking don't watch this video. I thank you for the view. Leave a like, but don't fucking watch this video. Just exit. Or you can get spoiled. I don't care about you, and I don't care about how you feel or whatever. This game is like 10 years old, so you may not get spoiled anyways. I'm gonna ask the question: is Shaun, the old Shaun from the Institute, really your son? Is that who we're gonna talk about? Like, is that the guy who is your fucking child? I don't personally believe so, and I'll give you some facts as to of why. As of this video, I'm going to be referring as the old Shaun from the Institute as father, and the young Shaun that's actually my son, or the game character's son, as Shaun, because that's his fucking name. Now first we need to go over a few things about like what we actually know, like the facts that are for sure. No speculation, this is what we know positively. And then we'll dive into some speculation. Now, first we know for a fact that Shaun was about 1 year old when he stepped into the cryo chamber and was frozen. He was then taken for some random fucking reason somewhere along after the fallout actually happened. He was then sighted in Diamond City with Kellogg in his apartment or whatever when he was around 10 years old. He looked like this. And as we know that the person that the Institute wants us to believe is Shaun, father, is probably around somewhere between 60 and 70 years old. I'm speculating on that point. But he's old as fuck. You can see he's graying. And we know that he's human, because if you kill him and loot his body, there's no Institute pieces, or synth pieces. So he's a real fucking human. Alright, now that we got all those facts out of the way, let's actually bite into this story and see why wouldn't it be him? Why isn't Father Shaun? You know, give some fucking something to convince you. Alright, I can do that. Number one, the first little speculation is quite simple. We're talking about the fucking Institute. The worst people in the Commonwealth. The type of people that will kill your own brother, who's just a fucking farmer, just to replace him with a robot, just so that you can find out and be scared of the Institute. There's literally no reason. This is one giant big fucking laboratory, the Institute. All they want to do is research, made to fucking, I don't know, save the earth, whatever. Why can't they just do that shit underground and not kill people? Why do they have to replace people just to do research? Why can't they just make their own people and kind of just listen? That in and of itself is kind of its own red flag. We're trying to trust a very malicious group that doesn't care about people or leaders, that just want results. Why would we trust anything that they put ahead of us? Now my first bit of information is going to be about Kellogg and his role. Now first off, this motherfucker has to be at least 120 years old. He was born sometime back or around with the NCR in California, and he moved on to become a raider, he had a family, blah blah blah, and he ended up moving to Boston after he lost his family, right? He ends up being 50 before he even meets the Institute-ish. He lost all his hair, so he's probably around 50, 40, whatever. And then he lives on throughout the whole 60 to 70 years that the father, whatever guy, is born. So my thought process is that if the Institute themselves can make Kellogg live for 120 or however many fucking years and not age, why can't they make Father do that? Why can't they implant whatever fucking Institute bullshit in Father's head and make him live forever? That motherfucker dies from cancer before you can barely even have a conversation with him. But yet the Institute can make someone who wanders around the fucking radioactive wasteland for years and years and years live forever. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Now, even if you believe that this guy could live to be 120 or whatever, even if you believe that they somehow couldn't do this for Father for some fucking stupid reason that you make up, here's my other big piece. Why does Father let Kellogg try to kill you in the campaign before you even, you know, do anything? You literally confront him, and the dude's like, "Hey, don't do this," and then he just tries to kill you. Why wouldn't Father be like, "Hey, Kellogg, if he comes in, you know, incapacitate him, or bring him in, or tell me, or tell him that I'm looking for him, or whatever"? I mean, I get this whole thing that Father has to be careful because he's the head of the fucking institute and all that bullshit, but I just do not see a world where a son would let his dad, who he's literally never met and always wanted to meet, die just because he's part of some fucking Illuminati bullshit. What I think happened is they don't care about the player and they just want him to die, and they're using his mission to go find his son as bait to go put him into a trap with Kellogg and hope Kellogg kills him. Even if, for some reason Kellogg goes crazy and that's why he tried to kill you, and the father didn't actually want that, why doesn't Father just teleport to the player's location once he finds out that the player's out there and just talk to him and say, hey, I'm going to take you in and you need to chill down. I'm part of the Institute. Take him in and have just guns on him the whole time. Tell him his little spiel that he does when you meet him, and then decide what to do with him there, whether or not the player goes to the Institute or goes, fuck you, I'm leaving. And then just kill him if he says anything that's not, oh, hey, son, I'm going to be with you from now on. Why is there this barrier of time where Shaun has to decide whether or not he can trust his father? That doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't buy it for a second. Now here's my biggest piece of data, something that should definitely sway you if you're at even a little bit on board with me. I'm going to show you a clip, and it's the clip when you're reading through Kellogg's memories, and you're seeing Shaun, 10-year-old Shaun, in Diamond City. Now I want you to listen to the radio. If you listen, it's the same fucking radio host that you can listen to on Diamond City Radio. That little pussy that sounds like he's stuttering and is a complete idiot. I'm going to turn it up on full volume, so get ready to have your ears fucked. But listen.
This appears to be a very recent memory, so good news, I think.
Piper's really done it this time. I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but Mayor, he's gonna be even mad this time. I probably shouldn't have even
Kellogg.
said it.
Did you fucking hear that? It's the same guy, word for word. It's even a very, very similar playthrough of the radio that you hear if you go into Diamond City for the first time. It's the dude talking about the fucking journalist Piper and how the mayor's getting all mad. So if the journalist is alive and writing shit in the paper, the mayor's alive, and this 20-something-year-old radio host is fucking alive, how is it that this 10-year-old ages 50 fucking years in what would maybe be at the most like 2 to 3 years? That's the main piece of evidence. What the fuck? I know this could be some small flaw that some game developer did wrong, and instead of just putting the fucking song in, they put the pre-recording of what goes first in also. But this is bullshit. You can literally hear it. Look, I'm going to show you what the fucking radio host even looks like. Here he is. This is the guy you heard. Now take a quick look at him. He looks stressed from the wasteland. He's a little bitch. But he's at the most, like, I don't know, 30. Right? But when he was doing the voice on the radio in that clip just then, I mean, he couldn't have been no younger than like 23 or so. So like I said, in the span of 5 to 10 years, Father turned from a 10-year-old boy to a 60-year-old fucking man. I'm calling bullshit. Big time. Now, I know you're on board with me probably like 100% by now, but let's just sit down and ask the question. Why? Why would Father be pretending to be Shaun? We already saw the evidence. It's clear he's probably not Shaun, so why would he do it? I mean, Kellogg even refers to an, quotations, old man right in that scene that I showed you where they were sitting with the 10-year-old Shaun right in front of them. This was the old man's plan. This was, what the old man wanted. So the old man could be Father, and he could just be pretending to be Shaun to steal the player's, skill and resources. Maybe they want him to fight for the Institute's side to basically replace Kellogg. It's like a test. They're proving a brand new warrior from post-war to come in and take place as their main outside of the Institute helper. Replace Kellogg. That's a solid idea. Another theory I have about the Institute trying to be Shaun or pretending to be Shaun is really cool, and it's personally my favorite. Now, my whole idea is like they steal Shaun for research. They wanted post-war ideas or brainwaves or whatever, and if the baby dies in experimentation, whatever, they still got the player, the dad, the backup copy, as they refer to it. But my favorite little theory is that they took him, they did research on him, whatever. They got it, they fucking killed him, whatever. They made some new synths, they made him better adaptable. It doesn't matter. I mean, some big wave of technology made Nick, this guy that looks like a fucking broken ass Terminator from Terminator 3, to basically humanoids that look exactly like humans. So I'm thinking that this research from Shaun allowed them to make those new model synths. And I also think that when the player's getting all riled up and he's about to storm into the Institute shits their pants. They're like, fuck, no one's ever done this. He's literally been out there for like a month and now he's going to be inside of our place of work. He's going to ruin all this shit. What can we do? And I think that they probably grabbed some bumfuck janitor or whatever, some old ass motherfucker with a nice haircut and a beard. They put a sweater vest on him and a fucking lab coat, and they said, hey, pretend to be Shaun but super old. We'll give you some lines and that's it. Try to get him on your side. And whatever happens from there is just what happens. I think that that's actually what happened. Because if you think about it, the Institute is some awesome utopian society. You would think that they wouldn't have one non-democratic ruler. You wouldn't think that they had some kind of dictator. You would think it'd be a democracy led by the 4 or 5 councils, scientific factions that they're split up into. That's personally what I think fucking happened. So there we go. That's it. That's my thought process on it. I put a lot of work into this, not really though. So just watch this video on a playlist on loop so you can boost my views, give me some nice revenue. But yeah, I mean that's it. If you disagree with me, comment and talk about it. Give me some facts I didn't look up. Maybe I'm an idiot. Do not side with the Institute because Father is not your son. Your son's fucking dead. So deal with it and just go back home.